Here we have a sphere of radius r and we are targeting to find out the cylinder of maximum volume that can be inscribed inside this sphere. Before we choose the cylinder that have the maximum volume and inscribed inside the sphere also, we should be able to visualize all the possible cylinders that can be inscribed inside the sphere. So one thing is common about all those cylinders. And what is that? That the center of their circular base align with the center of the sphere. What do I mean? Means all the cylinders that are possible inside this sphere, uh, they have their centers aligned with this center. They cannot be here. If they are some, if they are here, so either they are not inscribed, just like this one. Here you can see the center of the cylinder is not aligned with the center of the sphere. So what is this? Can we call this inscribed? No. So these 2 points should be on the sphere only, then we say the things are inscribed. Okay. Secondly, one more situation is possible. Here also the center is not aligned, so but this is not a cylinder. So the center has to be aligned with this center. If not, so either it is not inscribed or it is not a cylinder. No, so we have to so we have a common thing about all the cylinders, that their centers align with the center of the sphere. Okay, now just keeping this in point, try to visualize all the cylinders. Okay, here I can visualize the cylinder whose radius of the base is actually equals to the radius of the sphere. Okay, if a cylinder has this base only, then what could be the height of the cylinder? See, it cannot gain any height then, because base won't repeat itself. So height is gonna be 0, and thereby the volume is also gonna be 0. And if the base of that cylinder is 0, means the radius is 0, means we are considering a cylinder of negligible radius, then the height will be equals to this. Then we can actually extend that from till here and downwards till here. Means the height of that cylinder is gonna be the diameter of the sphere. But because the radius is 0, the volume is again going to be 0. So what all do we have our radius ranges? We can say either the radius is equals to the radius of the maximum radius can be the radius of the sphere, and the minimum radius is the is 0. Okay, and in both the cases the volume is 0. If the radius is till here only, then it is 0. If it is this, then it is 0. Okay, that means the cylinder which will have the maximum volume has the radius ranging between 0 and capital R. No, and we have to find out that. No, so what all did we conclude till now? If we denote the radius of a cylinder by small r and height of the cylinder by small h, then when the radius of cylinder is equals to the radius of sphere, then height is gonna be 0, as I discussed, and volume is gonna be 0. And if radius is 0, then the height is twice r, that means diameter, but the volume is again 0. Okay, so these are the two conditions. We can either keep them out of the domain, because for sure these cannot be our inputs where the volumes are maximum, means they are debarred from the category. No, so that can be done. So now one important information that we are getting from here is that when r equals to r, then h equals to 0. Means, what does this mean? See, what is the formula for volume of a cylinder? It is pi r square h, means it has two variables r and h. here we targeted it with, we are visualizing the whole situation with respect to r, and that is deciding our h. Means our h is dependent on r. That means height is a function of r. No? So volume is a function of r and h itself is a function of r. Or you can say opposite also, because here we saw the situation with respect to r only. If we would have seen it with respect to h, then the thing would be different. Okay, means if the height of the cylinder is 0, then the base will be capital R. If the height is maximum, then the base is, means if the height is diameter, then the base radius is 0. So we can also say that uh, that radius is actually a function of h. In both ways uh, you can interpret this situation. Okay, so volume can be written as this, means pi r square h, and pi h means here I can, because I've introduced h variable here, so I just want to make this volume entirely as a function of h, and here I have already introduced r, so I just want this volume equation entirely as a function of r. So now, as I said earlier, that r is a function of h or h is a function of r, both can be seen here. So we just have to find out that relation so that we can complete this function. Okay. Let us consider one of the cylinder here. Suppose we have a cylinder of base radius r. Now, what can be the height of this cylinder? See, the height, it can gain height in the upward direction till here, like this, and in the downward like this. Now our cylinder is complete. So we have to find out the relation between R and H of the cylinder. What is the height of the cylinder? The height of the cylinder is this plus this, no? Means this full, this is your H. Now if you have to find out the relation between R and H, we can focus here in this right angle triangle. Let us complete this right angle triangle. Okay, see, because this is the center of the sphere, means not this center, but this is halfway of the cylinder, of the sphere. Okay, because here the radius is r, so this is the halfway. So this h is actually equals to double of this line segment here. Okay, this line segment. Now let's complete the right angle triangle. So this is your right angle triangle, and how much is this? See, it's joining the center of the sphere to the circumference of the sphere. Okay, so this is also r. Now this this side here is actually, this perpendicular of this right angle triangle is actually equals to r square minus r square whole square root. Okay, and what is the height? So height is actually gonna be double of this. That means this one. So we actually got a relation between h and r. We can substitute it here. Okay, and volume will begin volume of the cylinder will become entirely a function of r. Okay, and if we rearrange this full expression and find out the value of r square and substitute here, this will become something like this. Now we can see the only variable here is h. Capital R is the radius of the sphere, so it's a constant. So we got the two functions here. Okay, now we can visualize the volume of cylinder as a function of one variable only, here as r, here as h. And now what can we do? We can differentiate this function with respect to r for the first equation and with respect to h in the second equation, which will give us how does volume changes with a small change in r and how does volume changes with small change in h. And if we equate derivative to be 0, means ऐसा कौन सा point था where the volume becomes the rate of change of volume becomes 0. Okay, so you'll get that point. That's gonna be a maxima. As I discussed in the beginning, r equals to 0 and r equals to r means the maximum extreme values. At both places it is 0. Okay, so obviously you are going to have a maxima between them, not the minima. Okay, so because we cannot counter to the negative volume. Okay, so there has to be a point of maxima which can be obtained uh, by equating the derivative with respect to r or h as 0. Here I have differentiated both the functions. Here I'm differentiating the volume function in r with respect to r, and here the volume function in h with respect to h, and I've got the derivatives as this. Okay, now for looking for maxima means maximum point will be there where the derivatives are 0. So let's find out those also. So here I'm equating the derivative of the function in r equals to 0, and that gave me the radius. This means when the radius of the cylinder is this much time the radius of sphere, at that moment the cylinder is gonna be of maximum volume. And what is gonna be height at that point, I've taken out that also, because this is the relation between h and r. And when I substituted this value of radius here, I got h as 2 over root 3 of r. On equating the volume function in h with respect to h to 0, I got h as 2 over root 3 over r. That means when the height of the cylinder is actually 2 over root 3 times r, then uh, the volume of the cylinder is maximum. So isn't these two conditions are same? Through the first function we reached here, and through second function also we reached here. And at this position, what is the value of radius? The value of radius came out to be this, which is same as this. Okay, so we basically we have to find out the function in terms of the one variable. Okay, and in these inscribing questions, if volume has two variables, the one variable is the function of other always. Okay, because here you saw, if the radius is this, there cannot be many inscribed cylinder uh, with the same radius. No, because the radius decides what's going to be the height, because it has to be inscribed within the sphere. So this is how you have to proceed in your inscribed questions. So first of all, the visualization is must. You should be able to visualize all of them. Okay, and then you have to find out the relation. There have to be a relation between the variables. You have to find out that, then the function, and then derivatives, and then your maxima minima, whatever. Okay, so that's all for this video. Thank you.